And welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you're having a very good day. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. Now, quick update on this MOASS plays. The most recent ones that I've seen is Muln, which obviously, since the price is going back down, and I think they've mentioned that probably there's gonna be a 1-for-100 reverse stock split. My God, which makes AMC look like a amateur night at the Apollo. And after Bbig, yesterday had a big run, so everybody got excited again. So the ones that I've heard the most has been Bbig and of course AMC. And I was actually curious about what kind of course would the AMC YouTubers take if the reverse stock split happened, because most of them had already said that if the reverse stock split is approved and APES merged into AMC, that's it. No more MOASS, huge dilution, the play's over, right? But I thought, and then I started paying attention to their videos, and you can see that when they don't talk about AMC, their views drop massively. So I thought, I don't know why, but I have a feeling that some theories about how the MOASS will happen with or without the court decision were starting to happen. Well, of course, I've heard, I was checking around a few YouTubers, like just paying attention if they would go that route. And of course, now the videos are coming up about how the court decision either has no impact on the MOASS. The MOASS will still happen. This is what they say, not me, because I don't give you financial advice. Or the reversed stock split will somehow help the MOASS. I thought that 2 weeks ago it would kill it. Apparently now it will help it. Okay, fine. Look, if it's not clear by now that they understand that their viewership is AMC, that's it. And they try to talk about something else, but they can't, because the level of attention and interest drops massively. I mean, it's amazing. You can see these people like with 10,000 views, 15,000 views. They talk about something else. It goes to 1,000, 1,500, things like that, which is still great, of course, right? I mean, I get 100 views or something per video. And, but to be honest, this is not my life, right? I do it as a hobby, but I'm just trying to show you that this was bound to happen. And I can tell you further, by the way, if somehow AMC continues on this path and eventually leads into bankruptcy, right, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it can happen. Somehow, I can already feel it. Somehow, the AMC bankruptcy is going to be the catalyst for the MOASS. Somehow, I know it. Something's going to come up in the video that actually the stock being delisted or going to zero is somehow going to create the MOASS. And then they're going to have a bunch of videos about the history of AMC, what could have been, what didn't happen, all sorts of conspiracies. And this is my funny part, right? There was a person in the comment section that he was saying, there were 4 million apes behind AMC. It's just going down because of corruption and synthetics and all of that. I say, look, of course, I cannot prove that that's not the case. It can well be the case. What I suggested is maybe people lost interest over time and they start selling. And he was completely adamant that apes were not selling. I said, how can you vouch for 4 million people? I mean, I cannot vouch for 20 people, let alone 4 million. How can you tell for sure that 4 million people spread across the globe, none of them is selling? I mean, to me, look, I cannot say it's a fact or not a fact, but I mean, it's a matter of probability, okay? It's either the entire financial world is in cahoots to destroy AMC, right? And everyone is hiding. Everyone is, is basically conspiring at the same time. Remember, these are people who cannot agree on what to eat for breakfast, but somehow they all agree that the AMC needs to be contained, otherwise the world economy will collapse. So this is option number one. Option number two is maybe there was a huge volume of buying pressure on a very damaged stock in a very short period of time, and a lot of people bought and were told and were convinced not to sell until others started to sell. YouTube influencers, AMC insiders, AMC CEO. Then, of course, share dilution came afterwards. And then some people, I think, may have started to say, this doesn't feel very good. Maybe I should sell when I'm at a huge profit. And then as the price came down, maybe people believed, okay, maybe this MOASS will not happen. Maybe I'll start selling. So on and so forth until the place where we are today. That's option number two. So the question you must ask yourself is, okay, which one is the most likely one? Of course, I cannot prove either of them. And I'm not telling you buy, sell, do whatever. What I was trying to say with this video is, I could tell already, because some YouTubers, they do this for a living. You need to understand. My life is not YouTube. I'm not even paid for anything. I don't ask for any money from anyone. The most that I ask, is for a like and a subscribe. My God, what a grift, right? What a grift. That's it. That's all that I ask. So I don't need to be here telling you, oh yeah, these guys are doing this, these guys are doing that, these guys are doing this, but now this is going to happen. Things that, how the hell would I ever be able to know? And nobody else knew, just me, right? Out of my house, I'm just sitting here, and all of a sudden I discovered the entire conspiracy by myself, and nobody's aware of this, just me. And then the idea is that they will keep pumping this. Anything will cause the MOASS, but anything will also derail the MOASS. Important is keep their viewership entertained, keep their viewership coming back, and collect their ad revenue as much as possible, and pray for, and those YouTubers, by the way, they pray for dilution. Why? Because that way, the company survives for a few more months or a few more years, which means more conspiracy theories, more content, more things that make no sense. So for example, if someone makes an analysis and says, look, but what seems to have caused the rise in price of AMC was this absolutely huge volume of buying pressure that we've never seen before in the stock, and it was basically 10 times the usual volume of AMC. But then this volume, once it comes in, that's it. There's nothing else. So eventually, few people start selling and selling and selling until more people sell, etc. So if somebody makes an analysis like this, that person is paid by the hedge funds, that person is writing for a corrupt media outlet. It doesn't matter, you see. So every time somebody says, oh, maybe this whole MOASS thing might not happen. Oh, this guy works for Citadel, this guy does that. That's the problem, right? That's the idea. And what I'm trying to say here is I knew it, that this was going to pop up. These people want to desperately stop talking about AMC, but as soon as they see their viewership going like this, again, one thing that was going to destroy the stock last week or 2 weeks ago is now actually either indifferent or actually is going to cause the MOASS. That's my point. You see, this is where you need to be very careful to who's telling you what. And, I urge you to make your own decisions and try to be a bit smarter about what are the interests of the people behind and why are they telling you certain things, right? So be very careful out there, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.